lot of rumors surrounding LeBron James. Tons of them. We got to get to the bottom of what's real because it was awesome seeing LeBron James as a Laker. That was my very first time seeing him in purple and gold. He's probably better than I've seen him in a long time. Going to the rack, not settling for jumpers, impossible to stop, just a freight train. I mean, he's been doing this too. I think he's probably better now than he is in his rookie season. That's crazy. He's better now than he was in his rookie season. So just before the game against Sacramento, LeBron was interviewed in an article in The Athletic that claimed he was growing impatient with the Lakers' lack of action in the trade market, in the trade front. So he ends this interview. It's a full back and forth where he's playing cat and mouse with one of the Athletic reporters. In the back and forth, he ends the interview. LeBron James ends the interview and says, y'all know what the fuck should be happening. I don't need to talk to you. Because they're trying to prod him. Hey, do you wish they would do more? Do you wish they would do more? And he's like, listen, it's not my job to make them do more. And they're like, well, but you're playing so well. Like, what do you think? You're sort of still in your prime, your championship window. And he's like, dude, just get off me, get off me. And at the end of the interview, he says, y'all know what the fuck they need to do. Like, I don't need to talk to you. So then they publish the article. And in response to the article, because the headline was like, LeBron's patience is waning, he says, actually, my patience, he quote tweets the article, by the way. I think by the reporter. He quote tweets the reporter, which is always a great sign. I think there's 6,000 quote tweets. And he goes, actually, my patience isn't waning. You make it sound like I'm frustrated when I'm really not. I told you over and over, my job is focused on the guys in the locker room. My job isn't on the roster. That's the reality of that conversation. And I said what I said with the utmost respect and calmness because that's the mood I'm in. You're welcome. 5-game winning streak. Smiley face, laughing emoji, wink emoji. Case closed, right? That's the case closed. It's over. No drama. LeBron wants to stay in LA and everything's fine. He's happy with the lack of action. Nothing's happening. No one's going to trade for him. Nothing, right? This is the end of the segment. Well, it's not this league without this league, right? You don't know the NBA if you don't think that GMs didn't see that article and say, let's just make a callie call. Let's just ring, just do a little phone conversation. Because the rumors today were full of GMs preparing for a LeBron trade. According to Sean Devaney at Heavy.com, multiple teams are preparing for exactly that, a LeBron trade. Let's break down this rumor. Devaney wrote, the notion of any team fortunate enough to employ LeBron James in a trade sounds ludicrous. But if circumstances around James's current team, the Lakers, continue on their current path, that could be the next step for James. According to executives around the league, multiple teams are preparing for the possibility that James will seek to force a trade this summer as he, having just turned 38, looks to finish his career in a winning environment. And unlike this past offseason in which teams were blindsided by the trade demand lodged by star forward Kevin Durant on the eve of free agency, front offices around the NBA will be prepared for James's potential move. Everyone was stunned when Kevin Durant asked for a trade. They couldn't even make it happen. They weren't in preparation mode. They didn't know a star was going to be available, so they didn't have assets or cap space or anything. They're like, fuck, I didn't know Kevin Durant could be available. You're Phoenix, and you're like, damn, short of Devin Booker, we can't do shit. No, that's not going to happen this time. And you know what? I hate to say I saw it coming, but I did. The second this Westbrook trade went sideways, LeBron was either going to never make the playoffs ever again. That team would need a complete restart, and he would be in hell in the most beautiful weather environment possible. Or he'd be like, let me get the fuck out of here. Let me get the hell out of Dodge. Because there's just no way he could spend the rest of his career in, like, the goal being the play-in tournament. His goal now is the play-in tournament. That's where it is. That's just the facts. And the problem, of course, is that's Rob Pelinka's fault. The Lakers have no more aces in the hole. They have 2 first-round picks that they are refusing to trade. And fair enough, because it's probably not going to take them over the hump, right? They're not going to be a contender if they do that. Now they're just even more fucked for the next year. It's kind of a no-win situation, a hole that they've dug themselves into. And at this point, you might not even be able to get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner anymore for the 2 first-round picks that it was going to require, because Buddy Hield is playing awesome. Miles Turner is playing awesome. An executive for the Eastern Conference contender says this: that is the most likely thing if he wants to end on a good note. The most likely scenario is to go back to Cleveland one last time. I'm coming home, I'm coming home. It is a good team. You can win, and it's where it all started. No one's going to hate him for going to Cleveland again. The trick is getting the numbers to match up. If you could do something with Kevin Love's contract, that could be key. Pause. What? That is... Well, I think last year during the All-Star break, he sort of put the breadcrumbs out in the ether about how much he appreciates Kobe Altman, how much he loves what J.B. Bickerstaff is doing. But so much of this obviously is impacted by where LeBron James Jr. lands, Bronny. And I doubt that Bronny wants to be spending the beginning of his career in Cleveland. Ask LeBron Sr. how Cleveland is when you're single, young, rich. It's not great. It's not a great destination, truthfully. There is another option out there, according to a Western Conference exec. If there's a bidding war going on at some point, this is where it gets really interesting for a very important team, our team. There's a bidding war going on at some point. The Warriors are in a great position because they can give you the young guys. Wiseman, Kuminga, Moody, Pat Baldwin. I can't believe Pat Baldwin's thrown in there. Whoever the Lakers want. But you have to either add Jordan Poole or Andrew Wiggins, and that's not easy. Pause. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. For our dubs, I'll give everybody. I'll give Poole. I'll give Wiggins. I'll give Wiseman. You can have them all. You can have them all. We'll take LeBron for our dubs, get another chip. You know what I mean? Just continue the dominance. But if they want to win now, you can give up Poole if you're getting back LeBron, he says. If they keep Draymond and come back with Steph, Clay, Draymond, and LeBron, that would be a fun team to watch. There would not be a possibility that average people could afford tickets to go to those games. No one would be, they would be sold out months in advance. The nosebleeds would be like $600. Courtside, like Taylor Swift concert tickets. It's like $30K a ticket for a courtside show of Steph and Braun, even for 1 year. Oh my God. I don't think the Warriors could pull the trigger fast enough. If Steph and Braun, and it's fitting because they've been basically warring this whole time, right? The first 10 years of LeBron's career, 12 years or whatever it was, he just threw subtle shade shots at Steph. Steph kind of went back and forth. It was all very low-key, nothing above the ground, but you knew there was like this little mini rivalry. If they come together, they will be it's like, I don't even know. I don't have words for it. This team would break every attendance record in every arena, every single game. It would be like Kobe and MJ. Or Bird and Magic playing on the same fucking team in their prime years. It would transcend a super team. It would be super team. And somehow, if you add Bronny James in the mix, maybe you keep LeBron there for well past his prime. It doesn't matter. If Joe Lacob is paying $500 million with the luxury tax, our dubs still swimming in money. You raise the prices, you raise the popcorn, you raise the drinks, you raise the parking, you raise everything. Everything changes. Championships ensue. KD was the story last offseason. Is LeBron going to be the story this offseason? If so, I cannot wait.